Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza 5 with another silly car build, and I'm actually going to make this into sort of a series. I have an idea for a way I'm going to take this series. Rather than just building a car and aimlessly driving it around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a car and then see how it compares to a pre-built crazy car, such as this, the Koenigsegg Agera, that has an awful lot of power, an awful lot of torques, and not a huge amount of weight. It is very, very quick. Phenomenally quick car, this one. It really is quite insane. Let's just go have a quick look at the statistics before we go. We can get benchmarking up on here somewhere. We'll just go here, and then we will go. That's the one. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds if you can stop it wheel spinning. 100 in 5.5, and a top speed of 260 miles an hour. Yeah, I'd say this fits the bill of crazy cars. It's pretty damn nuts from standard. So this is going to be a benchmark. What we're going to do is we're going to take this car and I'm going to drive 4 laps around a track that I have not driven before. We're going to go to the Road America West Alternate route. This is a pretty good place for testing of cars. I like this track for testing vehicles because it has a mixture of corners. You've got the turn 1 and 2. I'll show you when we get on there. That are very tight corners. We've got a couple of long straights. We've got some medium, and we've got some. We've got one very long corner, and we've got some sort of medium speed corners as well. Not too many of the high speed corners. But yeah, I think this is a good all-round testing track for cars in general, and for silly cars, most definitely. I've slightly stalled it. Okay, yeah, as I said, turn 1 here is very, very tight. It's quite a nasty corner, this one. I'm not sure in real life if this is ever used. It doesn't look like it's a part of a track that is ever really used. There is a horrible, horrible bump on turn 1 that you've got to be very, very careful about. It will mess cars up. And then we've got this sort of, it's not, well, I mean, it is a sort of a straight. It's flat out, but it does slightly curve. And, ooh, crap, this car, woo, oversteer. Yeah, it's not quite, well, it is flat out, sorry, but it's quite scary flat out in this car. I thought that would be easier than it was. Normally you don't think about it, and this car is, ooh, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, holding that flat out every single lap. I could see having a big crash in this car there. Then you've got these next couple of corners fairly slow. That one's a bit nasty there. You go over a curb that can unsettle some vehicles. Again, another nasty blind corner up here. Woo, we've got lots of oversteer, which is not very surprising. You've got over 900 horsepower in this car. And then again, so sort of medium speed corners here. We've got a little bit of a straight up towards the next one. And then, whoop, we've got to get it stopped, and I've got to put a wheel on the grass. That's not going to help. This car's quite wide. Well, it's definitely quite wide. Wider than even I am expecting. And then we've got this sort of long, very long, never-ending corner that we wait, and then we understeer. Well, I did not expect understeer from an Agera. Oh, woo. Okay, yeah, we understeer around there, and then it's across the line. I'm going to do 4 laps, the fastest lap to count, basically. Woo, just about get that one stopped and turned. And then I will do 4 laps with the silly build cars and see if they can beat the Agera. Now, I will admit I don't know what classes the silly build cars are going to end up in, hence why I picked a car that's near the top of S-Class. So some of the silly cars that may end up in R-Class, well, technically speaking, they might be faster, but will they have the control of this kind of vehicle? I don't know. And there may be some that are lower PI, but who knows? It's the best compromise that I can think of, basically. We are struggling with understeer. Now, I never expected to have understeer in the Agera. I thought it would be Larry. I mean, there is Larry oversteer if you're not careful, but it's fairly well composed. I liked the Agera when I drove it on Forza 4. I thought it was a pretty good car to drive, all things considered. Yeah, this is not a Lotus. Okay, it doesn't handle quite that well, but it handles its power pretty well. Even on slidey Forza 5, it handles its power remarkably well. God, the brakes I'm not sure about. I think what it is that it's so fast it catches you out, and again, it's a little bit wider than I'm expecting. Oh no, we turn into that corner, then we've got a bit of a slide going on, and then we very, very patient. I want to use the power, I can't do anything with it, and then we can, and then we start getting a little bit out of shape. Keep it under control, ooh, or not, or be very sideways. 26.456, best lap. Yeah, I very nearly had a big accident across the finish line there. I very nearly had a huge... This is a crazy, stupid, mental car. I love it. It is one of my preferred hypercars. This one, maybe not quite up there. Holy crap, we're doing nearly 180. Jeez, no wonder the brakes are don't feel quite as good. How is it that fast? How is it so quick? It's mental, this car. Of all the hypercars, I think my list personally goes TVR Speed 12 because it's just bonkers. Then the Hennessy Venom for the same reason, and then this again for the same reason. I like my hypercars to be suitably stupid, and this is very much that. I also love the interior of this car. You cannot see very much on here. The visibility is on par with most GT and race cars, but the interior is all very futuristic-y, fightery, jetty kind of. Everything's glowy and weird dials. I have no idea what half the dials on the instrument panel mean. I don't know what they do, but they look cool. It doesn't quite beat the Reventon for cool interiors, but it's pretty damn good, I have to say. Yeah, I do like that. Normally I'm sort of more of an old schooly person when it comes to cars. I prefer my cars to be kind of all mechanical and not electrical. But I do like the dashboard on this one. Oh, we've had issues on the first corner on that bump. I just don't really want it in first through there. Might as well keep it in second to try and avoid some of the wheel spin. Of course, with 900 horsepower, pretty damn easy to get this car sliding, spinning the wheels, wasting time. But when it's not sliding, it is very quick. That is, oh, we might have outbraked ourselves just a tiny bit into that corner. I think the second lap is going to be the best one I did. It's always the way. Oh dear. Yeah, we are not going massively quick on this one. We will understeer and we will understeer and then we will get oversteer. We didn't want that. Behave yourself, car. It also picks up revs. Yeah, I'm leaving it in second and bouncing it off the limiter. Ooh, crap! And then I'm sliding it. God damn, this is a. You've got to think an awful lot about this, and this is I would say, a fairly sensible car. I mean, by the standards of city car builds, this isn't a Transit with a NASCAR engine in it. This is a properly engineered supercar, designed to have 900 horsepower, not sort of 900 horsepower force on a car that's supposed to have sort of 100. It does deal with it better than that blooming Fiat would have done, but yeah, this is a tough car to drive, requires a lot of concentration. I do recommend you give it a go. I love this car, great fun. But yeah, it is pretty crazy, and we're not going to beat the time, I don't think. What lap time? No, we are not. So the target time is a 1:26.456. Let me just write that down. My pen's not working. Yeah, I'm being old-fashioned because everything's recording stuff, and I don't want to jigger something up. What was it? 1:26.456. Probably gone a little bit faster, but as I said, first time driving the car. That's what we get out of it. It's going to be the same situation for all of the other vehicles that are going down here. They're going to have 4 laps. If they are terribly hard to control and fall off the road all the time, then that's going to reflect on their lap time. Yeah, so the car that we're going to be building today, as you will probably have seen from the title, you will know what we're building before clicking on this thing, and probably be wondering why I spent the first 8 minutes with the Agera. We're going to be building an Alfa Romeo because people wanted to see me build this car. Apparently, this is silly. I don't know what it does. I've never built one. I know they're ridiculously fast in B class. They dominate B class, or they can do if built correctly. Never built one of these on Forza 5. As you can see, I've got 2 stock ones. I'm not sure how I ended up with 2. I think I do actually. I think one was back when the car packs were coming out. I think you got given 1 car per pack before they made all the cars free. And so I got gifted one, and then all the cars came free, so I got another one. That's probably how I did it. Yes, we want a 6-litre V12. We most definitely want that, because that sounds suitably silly. We are going to keep the car rear-wheel drive, and we're going to put twin turbos in it. Yes, because it's already nearly as powerful as the... I can see this ending in a really big crash. A really high-speed big crash, that kind of crash. This is not going to be controllable, I think. We also don't have that bigger tyres. Oh dear, this is going to be a stupid car. There's sometimes when you can just sense a car's going to be stupid, and this is probably going to be mid-R class. I don't know whether I'll be able to control it well enough to keep up with that Agera. Weight reduction. How light can we get it? It's not taking off a huge amount of weight, but that's like Lotus's land weight with 800. Yeah, I can see why this probably won't be very. Oh dear, we get in. I'll put all of these handling parts in because God knows it's going to need them. What else have we got? Did I put gearbox in? We're probably going to want one of them. Yeah, we're going to want a gearbox. It's already into R class. Well, it may be quicker than the Agera if I don't stuff it in a wall straight away. Let's put it like that. I should have put the blooming R class car at this rate. Not knowing what PIs the vehicles are going to end up on, can be a little bit tricky. We know some are going to be fairly low, such as the Transit. Some are going to be considerably higher, such as this. I wonder how much power is this thing going to have? Hold on, let's get a rough idea of. Oh, we're going to have well over 1,000, I would imagine. Where's the Did I not put the turbos on? Wait, what? Can I not upgrade the turbos? Oh, we've got 1,000 horsepower. Awesome. Can I not upgrade the turbos now that I did put them on? I didn't. I've done this before, where I think I put something on and actually haven't. No, they're definitely on. You can't. Yeah, they're definitely. I was just making sure I wasn't doing something stupid. Then the turbos are definitely installed. Can I just not upgrade them? Oh well, that sucks. Wait, that's what the thing I did. Let's just do all the other upgrades as well. We're going to have. Oh yeah. What's the other cars that have over 1,000 horsepower on here? I think some of the Ferrari engines can. I think there's an Aston, or it might be this V12 actually that I was using in Aston Martins before. Yeah, I can't remember. Still, we're going up in power. Are we going to get 1,200 out of this car? Not quite, I don't think. I'm also slightly concerned as to why speed is only 6.4. I thought I put the racing gearbox on it. Did I not put the racing? Again, what? Do I have to extend the race? I did put the racing gearbox on. So what does it reckon? Why? Really? With all that power, you can't do... Hold on. I am now bemused as to why this is showing it as now not being particularly good. I mean, the gear ratios are good for 311 miles an hour, apparently. We don't need 311, I can tell you that much. That's topping out at 140. What is that? I am very, very confused. Unless I've completely confused all the telemetry. We've definitely got a gearbox in. We've got a differential in. We've got that. All of that stuff is in. Yes, we've got an awful lot of power. The tyres, I definitely have race tyres on the car. I have no idea. I'm going to have to hazard a guess then that it's we're going to want these. I have a suspicion we're going to want these. It's got to be a glitch with the telemetry or something. Otherwise, I can't really. This is a P class. Yeah, this will be quite quick, but not very controllable. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that telemetry. We're going to have to give it a quick test drive. This is the one downside of doing this live, is I have no bloody clue what's going on now. Let's hope that it's not all glitched to hell. Road America, here we go. What can this mental contraption do? Can it go quicker than the koenigsegg? I'm doubting it, but you never know. Well, technically speaking, it should, as it's got a hell of a lot more. Well, this is a P-class car, but I'm not sure I will be able to control this vehicle at all to get a clean lap out of it in 4 laps of trying to learn how to drive it. Well, here we go. We have, as I say, it's quite a nice sounding engine. Oh crap, we're going through the gears like mad. Okay, bump. Oh, it doesn't like the bump. It does not like the bump whatsoever. Alright, and then we've got to unleash the power. Oh, holy, okay, no, this is not good. What is wrong with these gear? Okay, hold on. I've got to sort out this gearbox. Something is unhappy with the... Okay, I think the gear chart is slightly wonky then. Are we happier if we do that kind of thing? What? I don't know. What speed do we do? Now we're doing 231. Sure. Let's go for that. I mean, that seems like a sensible gear ratio for this kind of car. Apply it now, yes. Sorry, I'll restart this. I don't know why it defaulted it to having such diddy gear ratios when putting in a race gearbox. Normally the race gearbox is good for dealing with that. Okay. We will take attempt number 2 with the Alpha with sensible ratios. Did I put race suspension and stuff on this? Did I put race brakes on it? Oh yes, I think it already came with all that, didn't it? Because it didn't have as many parts in that section. Whoa! Okay, this car is a wheelie mobile. Why are you wheeling? Why are you... No, get on the road. Get on the road. There's a wall. We've scraped a wall slightly. This isn't a... this is not what I was expecting. I mean, I was expecting it to be fast when people said it could have, like, 1,200 horsepower. Wasn't expecting this. Okay, this is going to be a real fight to control it then. We're going to have to not employ all of the power all of the time. Okay? Not all of the power. I mean, it's very tempting to employ all of the power. Ooh, I think that was tricycling. Not that I could really tell, but I believe that's probably what it was doing. So we hadn't had a huge amount of grip in that corner. And God, it picks up revs so fast. Do you ever stop trying to spin your wheels, car? Yeah, this is a ridiculous contraption. We're not going to stop in time. Ugh. We don't have brakes. We wheelie in a straight line. We tripod in the corners. And the suspension could probably do with a tweak. This is almost like driving... Oh god, many of the setup challenge cars we've had that do this. We're aiming at the sky. We're aiming at the sky. We're going to have a spin. This car is evil. It literally wants to kill you. And rather than the normal Alfa Romeo way of breaking down whenever you're trying to get anywhere, it wheelies and it puts with that. Yeah, that's. This is a silly thing. This is a very silly thing. I like it, but I don't know if it's ever going to beat the Agera. I've got to keep the wheeling under control. I mean, we've got the speed to beat the Agera, but I can't take the speed through the corners because it does that, and when it's doing that, that's less than ideal for, well, everything. It does have the advantage of being on race tyres, whereas the Agera was on whatever it came with, which I would imagine are probably the equivalents of sport tyres, or they're probably going to be road-going racing tyres that were fitted to Ageras, I would imagine. I don't know. So they're not quite as bad as sort of standard tyres, but they're certainly not going to be racing slicks. This thing is stupid. Stupid car. No! Oh, it doesn't like that bump. Whenever it hits that, it's lifting its front right wheel into the air, which makes it somewhat difficult to steer again through that corner. This is a silly vehicle. Looking at the sky, I need wheels on the ground for steering to work. It's kind of an integral part to this. Please stop. And we can get around here and then wait for it. Oh, we've got to really make sure this car is in a straight line before we go for any form of power. Because otherwise it just goes and points at the sky and then we lose all of the steering. No, behave yourself, Alpha. Now we can use the power and we can just waste all of the power spinning the wheels. This car would probably be better with perhaps half the power. It might work. It just can't use 1,167 or 65 or 80. I don't know. It kind of becomes irrelevant. Yeah, it's fine. We're just bouncing around like a setup challenge car, and we can stop for there. Having the race tyres is quite nice for the braking front. Although again, I can't look at the speed. I don't know what speed it's going because I'm so busy trying to stop it going to orbit. Oh, we're going to do some rallycross. We are only going to have one lap. We're going to have one final lap of fighting for control of this Alpha to set a good time. I think we're about a 1:30 or something at the moment. Yeah, just because it's a P-class car doesn't make it necessarily be fast. Or fast around. Oh, yeah, I was ambitious and absolutely rubbish on that braking zone. I don't think I brake that much late, other than, again, tiny differences in the car this quick. Yeah, probably equate to large distances in actual measurable distance. Okay. And I'm sorry, this thing just revs so quickly. It's catching me out trying to change gears, and with it spinning its wheels constantly. Yeah, this is. I'd like my koenigsegg back. I'd like my Agera back. You end up sliding and you can't counter steer because the car is already in the air. So counter steering just does nothing. The front of the car is in the air. Okay, well we're going on to what is probably going to be our fastest lap this time round. So let's make this one count. Ah dear, this is a crazy car. we are going to be monumentally fast in a straight. If I could, don't go up on you. No, stay down. Ow. No, it just doesn't want to do it. I don't know what speed it is that that's doing it at. I wasn't actually turning, putting power down. It's wanting to wheelie. It's not really wheeling. I think it's tripoding or tricycling around the corners. That's the real problem. We have got less understeer than the Agera. Surprisingly, when it stops having all its wheels in the air, we have less understeer, probably because of the race tyres and various aero bits and so on. Oh, I might have left that too late. No, I haven't. We have actually got it stopped up the hill. No, behave yourself, car. You've only got a few more corners to go, and then you can wheelie as much as you like, or, ooh, I don't know. It's really hard to tell if it's got both wheels in the air or just the one. I think, by the way, that this car is still vaguely turning, that it's probably only one wheel that goes up in the air at a time. Holy crap, this is it's actually going to be pretty close on the lap times if it could stop. Look, put your wheel down. Put your wheel, no, wheel on the floor. I need the wheel on the floor. Okay, now we can, I don't care what you do now. Just get across that line. It's a 26-0 for the Alfa Romeo. It does beat the Agera on time, but only just. That is a stupid car, and I'm not sure if that damage isn't... Oh, I did crash it on the first. I was going to say, I'm not sure if that damage at the front wasn't from the car clashing back on the ground. I think I crashed it on the opening lap. Well, the Alfa 33 is absolutely balmy, basically. We've got a 26-0 out of it. It is 0.4 of a second quicker. Yeah, it is just one wheel that's lifting up. I just had to check that. It is, what is that, 0.4 of a second quicker than the Koenigsegg Agera, despite the fact that this is 2 classes higher. Oh god, this is a crazy contraption. If you have Forza 5, I recommend you give it a go. Stick all of the power in an Alfa Romeo and see what happens. You won't be disappointed. It's incredibly hard to drive this car. Very, very fast, but not very controllable whatsoever, like most of the cars that we have on here. However, that is it for today. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.